swing and miss and catch us mid-strike too. Baby, I'm howling for you.
What was your first impression of City High?
It seemed a little like uptight, I guess, about how like they went about their rules and everything. The teachers seemed nice. Wertheimer, the principal, seemed nice. And
when I came to City High, it was weird because I went to a Catholic school, so I had to wear shirts and ties every day. So I thought it was cool that we got to wear polos.
This is gonna be like a crash school where don't nobody do nothing, and it's just like all in your books. And it was different though.
Kind of nervous, didn't know what to expect, didn't know anyone.
The school is very serious.
I was happy because all my friends were here that I knew, but I thought they was too strict. But
I thought it was gonna be boring, but as I came, it was okay.
It was weird. We had like a dress code to follow, and the rules were like all weird.
I'd say I didn't like it at first.
My brother went here before me, so I kind of got a introduction to it beforehand.
Well, it's this charter school down in downtown Pittsburgh, and you get a laptop. And it was that's where I was going. So
I went to school pretty close to my house for almost all my life. So just taking a bus to school was weird for me. So.
I heard a lot about it, and thought it was a decent place.
Well, my brother and sister went to City High, and they told me a couple stories.
Holy cow, this is going to be different from middle school.
What am I doing here? Like, is this really the school for me?
It's really too professional.
When I came here in 9th grade, I really didn't want to come, so my mom forced me to come here because my older sister was here.
It was hard to get used to, really, with the dress code.
The first day of school, we were just sitting in the cafeteria, so it was just really awkward and weird. Everybody's in their little cliques, and I didn't have a clique.
Like, I didn't really know nothing about City High, so like I kind of thought City High was gonna be like a hard, like a place where like they give you hard work or whatever. Like I didn't think I was gonna pass in 9th grade for real. So like,
Not really fun, I guess.
Before I came here, my cousin came here, and he was telling me like it was great, it was a good school. And I came here, and it was just like.
I thought it was just like snooty private type school, but for public school kids. Like all the smart kids that are in that one smart class at your regular school, I thought that's what it's gonna be like.
rules, nothing but rules and strictness.
Like some sort of new type of school because of the technology thing. I never heard of a school or a high school that gave out a laptop, and I thought it was gonna be cool.
I came here expecting it to be a business professional school, so I guess my expectations were met.
What was your favorite trip at City High?
My favorite trip would have to be New York because we went to one of the delis and also went to a Mets game.
Because it was my first time in New York, and I got to see a lot of things I liked, and I was going to go back.
Probably a teen quest, because I got to smack some teachers around,
When we went and painted the murals in the Hill District.
We just had a ball, yeah. Greatest trip ever. I recommend everybody go.
Teen Quest, because there was a lot to do, and it was like there was a lot of freedom. You didn't have to be with like the teachers if you didn't want to. You can pretty much do wherever you wanted.
I'd say Teen Quest, only because it was more of what we got to do. We got to do interesting things for like 2 days, get to know each other and bond.
Be in New York, just based on the fact we got freedom, and the teachers we had are really easygoing. I've heard there's some harder teachers, but from what I experienced, like the shopping and just going out having fun, talking to people, and them trusting us with that responsibility was nice.
When we went to the zoo and we was playing hide and seek, trying to run away from the teacher.
Was going to New York. Man, we the first night there, we got to be on a billboard. It was the American Eagle billboard. We were just in Times Square.
we went in the store and then somebody bought something and they just asked us like, would you like to take a picture? You be on the billboard. We was on the billboard and this man came up to us and asked us, was like, hey, was that just you guys up there on the billboard?
Teen Quest by far was my favorite because it was our last trip together and we all bonded and actually got along and there was no problems.
Even though we were supposed to be in Times Square, me and a couple other friends, like we like wandered off into like Central Park and some other areas of New York at nighttime, and it felt cool.
The New York trip, it was really great. We got a lot of freedom. It was a lot of fun just to be able to be with my friends and explore the city.
Me and my homies, you know, it was just Times Square, Ellis Island, just it was like a journey.
It probably would have been Teen Quest because that was my first overnight trip because I didn't go to New York or DC.
Teen Quest because it was relaxed and the teachers weren't always on your back.
Teen Quest because I got to shoot the teachers with paintballs.
DC because I've never been there and it was fun to be with all my friends.
Washington, D.C. because it was the first trip that I went on, so it was fun.
I had fun at Splash Lagoon, and I liked Splash Lagoon because I was there with my best friend and we got to go into the water and it was just fun.
DC, we had a whole bunch of fun. We seen a lot of sights and stuff like that, and when we was at Teen Quest, we had a little bit more fun because we didn't really have to worry about anything.
Washington, D.C., because we got to travel and I didn't really know anybody, so it was a good way to get to know everybody.
My favorite trip was when we went to Washington, D.C. because I always wanted to go there, and not only did we get to see all the monuments, we went bowling as well, and that was pretty fun.
Teen Quest because all the girls that were in my bunk, like, we really bonded and got to know each other a whole lot better than we did just seeing each other in the halls or going on any other trip that we've been on. My favorite trip at City High was when we went to New York and we were eating and Miss Welch and Miss Cunningham was on a table dancing and they were dancing with us.
In New York because, I don't know, I really don't get out a lot, but it was just a good experience going to go see Wicked, staying in the hotels, going shopping.
I liked all of them just because we all had that chance to bond together. So they were all fun. They all had their special memories.
What was your most memorable experience with a faculty member and why?
9th grade, Mr. Conan gave us one of his Friday quizzes. He's standing right over me and he decides to start putting some Mentos in his mouth and he choked and he started to die over top of me.
Sitting in the office having talks with the principals.
Probably a meeting with Mr. Loft because he's been my advisor for 4 years now, and him just showing that he cared about what I did, where I'm going after City High, and any troubles I actually had here.
The Diet Coke chugging contest with Mr. Ringgold, in which I pretty much lost every single time, but it was so much fun to try to beat him.
We were at Teen Quest and Caleb got sandwiched between Signs and Ringgold.
I mean, we had the food fight in the cafeteria.
One night I was at the library with Mr. Ringgold and we ended up having a snowball fight.
One time I swore in front of Mr. Luft.
Yeah, it was teachers versus students. So playing football, Mr. Luft, and he tackled Keelan Lyons, like he hit him like real hard. And I was like, dang, I didn't know Mr. Luft could hit like that.
Probably Teen Quest. I mean, we did a bunch of stuff together in Teen Quest.
With Miss Draga, we both wore the same dress on the same day. And it was pretty embarrassing and funny.
Probably with Mr. Luff. In English class, we would, have sarcastic remarks thrown back at each other, so, yeah.
Probably when Mr. Hamilton, not the security guard, but the old research teacher, called me out of class as if I was in trouble, but to talk to me about Fallout 3.
When Mr. Conan, my math teacher, choked on a mint. That was hilarious. He almost died.
Mr. Moreland took my cell phone because my alarm was ringing.
Mr. Luft, he shaved all his facial hair besides his nasty mustache.
Probably watching a lot of our teachers skip down the hallway singing and dancing.
Being in Costa Rica with Mr. Moreland because he was a lot different than he is in school and he was just really cool and fun to be around.
I arm wrestled Mr. Ringgold and I beat him, even though he thought I couldn't.
because I was a vegetarian, but I'll always remember that.
Just playing sports at Teen Quest, mainly the football game, because like the teachers, like they really were playing like.
10th grade science class, and I had my shirt untucked. Mr. Moreland didn't like the fact that my shirt was untucked and told me to tuck my shirt in. I didn't hear him tell me to tuck my shirt in, and he tucked it in for me.